Welcome back. Now, in February, we told you more women in the area are buying guns for protection, and even took a few WBOY employees to the gun range to shoot. A state law that takes effect in June will allow for permitless concealed carry. Instructors say there are still many reasons to take a training course and get a permit. Now, I checked out a local women's-only concealed carry class just to see how this process works, and despite the new law, it was a full house.
With aiming, what's it consist of? There's two parts to aiming.
Bridget Pyle, along with her husband Josh, own ATR Performance in Fairmont. Not only do they sell guns, but they teach concealed carry classes as well. The class has become so popular, they offer one just for women. That is where I found myself, along with WBOY web editor Bethany Butler and 15 other women a few weekends ago. The 8-hour class combines instruction and shooting.
Safety is the number one importance, and even though it's not the law to take the class, there's still a lot of people out there that it's never grown up around guns.
That would be me. After my parents and I were victims of an armed robbery when I was 12, I've been apprehensive toward firearms. But the class not only taught me to shoot, but also the safety rules.
Always keep the gun pointed in a safe direction. A safe direction, any direction that if it would go off or be discharged, it's not going to cause harm or injury to someone. 2 is always keeping your finger off the trigger. Until you're ready to shoot, your finger should always be straight along the frame of the gun. And 3, always keep your gun unloaded until you're ready to use it.
We also learned the different types of guns, how to clean your firearm, as well as how to take apart a gun.
The law changes haven't changed my convictions about safety, so for me it's about knowing everything I can about guns and gun safety, so if I was put in that situation I could defend myself and the people around me.
Pyle, who teaches along with her mother, Vonda Berry, says classes have been full for several months now.
The number one would be safety and security. They want to be able to protect themselves, not only themselves, but maybe their family, if their husbands or if maybe they don't have a husband, or I see a lot of increase in the older women that has lost their spouse, that, he was the one that always protected them.
Now, participants put their knowledge and skills to the test. Coming up at 11, we will show you that phase of the course and go over the rules surrounding the new law. Dawn?
So you need to focus on your front sight.
After concealed carry instructor Bridget Pyle taught us the course, it was time to put that knowledge to the test, literally.
Having been around guns, I thought that I already knew a lot of the basics, and taking the test I realized that, even the basics are a lot harder than most people realize.
The test, administered by the NRA, consisted of multiple choice and true-false statements. WBOY web editor Bethany Butler and I both passed the written exam. Now, on to shooting. Pyle reviewed proper stance and how to hold a firearm.
If you have single action or a lighter trigger pull, you're going to go right in the middle of the pad of your finger.
In order to pass the shooting exam, we had to shoot within the white area of the target 10 times. Bethany went first. She and I both used a 9mm handgun. Then it was my turn. I learned how to load and rack the gun. Then it was time to shoot.
Let's check it. 1, 2, 3, it's a double shot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, actually 11. Look how good that is. I know you're impressed. Okay, I'm impressed. Good job. Count it out.
That is great.
I know, I'm excited. Thank you.
Good job.
This is a big moment in my life.
Okay.
At the end of the day, Bethany and I both passed our shooting exams.
To me, it was just learning everything that I could about guns in order to be safe if I was ever put in a situation.
New at 11, earlier today, we explored why some workspaces are more cluttered than others and what that might say about someone's personality. Tonight, we enlist the help of a professional organizer to keep workspaces at WBOY organized. Hopefully give you a few ideas as well. Here is Gretchen Ross.
I do know generally where everything is and what is in these piles, but getting to it, when I need it quickly can be a hassle.
Piles, the theme of WBOY workspaces, whether it's press releases, scripts, to-do lists, budget assignments, or client files, paper piles up quickly here.
My to-do pile gets to the point that it's hard for me to know what to do next because it is kind of messed up.
An empty box of batteries even makes an appearance on WBOY News Director Aaron Williams' desk.
Yeah, instead of writing myself a note to get batteries, this box is my note to get batteries.
We enlisted help from certified professional organizer Julie Mills. Her advice to Aaron:
you get a vertical organizer. It's this metal piece of equipment. It's just a nice little easy product, costs about $20, because what happens when people start storing things horizontally, it's just piles. The vertical allows you to see.
From there, Julie made a visit to the sales office, made up of cubicles. That's where sales account executive Pam Preston works.
And some of the items up here, again, some of these items we can probably archive if you're not using them. And they're just monopolizing your prime real estate. You've got the smallest office here.
Julie's diagnosis?
So with this particular pile, we've got a great way that we can hide some of the items, but we'll use hanging folders, and then we will use clear vinyl tabs to categorize things.
Then it was my turn. WBOY coats on the chair. This is a coat within a coat. Just to be, oh, and there's another one. So we have currently 3 coats on the back of my chair and a leopard printed sweater. In case you're feeling like putting your cougar sweater on for the day. Piles of papers filled my desk along with coffee mugs and notebooks. So it was time to purge.
Contain and then maintain. And we'll talk about that afterwards.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Suddenly, piles turned into files, vertical storage units, and boxes to store note and business cards. For 12 News, I'm Gretchen Ross.